It's Tier List Sunday. Actually, it's a quiet Sunday, but today we're doing a tier list, so let's give it a name. And so far with going through Sentai mechs with Tier Maker, we've done Primary Mecha, 6 Ranger, and X Ranger Mecha, I believe. I had to go back to think about that video. I did do 6 Combined Mecha, but I deleted that video as there actually is a proper category name for it. And recently, by recently I mean like last year, I did Secondary Mecha. So now we're finally getting to doing auxiliary mechs. Now, for what auxiliary mechs are, they are those mechs that come after the secondary mech, or best way to describe it would be before or after the 6 Ranger mech. But they're usually the type of mechs that are only piloted by one person or are a bit more special, like there's no pilot at all and they work completely autonomously. So that said, just to be clear, for this type of list alone, a couple of auxiliary member mechs would be on here. And by auxiliary members, I mean additional members of the core team. So to be clear, Plezuo isn't on this list, and Gigant Brachio isn't on this list. And this is a list solely for solo robots and Megazords. So just to give another example, something like King Barachion's not going to be on this list, or Malhaken, since those are still Zords. So this is just completely Megazord and close to Megazord focus. So that said, let's start off with the very first auxiliary mech ever in the Megazord category, Tetra Boy from Jetman. Tetra Boy. I believe Tetra Boy had to have been also the first unautonomous mech ever to have no pilot. But yeah, Tetra Boy, not a bad design, pretty simple. Like coming off of Jet Garuda, which that alone could combine into Jet Icarus. Having that one mech that doesn't combine but does its own thing, not a bad touch, especially since it becomes a big cannon. So where do I want to put Tetra Boy? And I'm just pulling up a picture or two of it because I know what it looks like and I just want to check it out for a bigger idea. But Tetra Boy does serve a purpose. I want to say, I do like the design. He does have more functions. The fact that he doesn't come with a pilot so that he can pretty much fight on his own is actually pretty helpful. And that was displayed too during Jetman. Tetra Boy could honestly go in A tier. Not a bad design. He is a good helper. He does serve a purpose. And he's a great extra hand to help, which is honestly the point of some of these mechs on this list. So next, we're skipping Zoo Rangers since the only 2 mechs on that show were Daizujin and Dragon Caesar. And then after that, it was just combinations on combinations. And so, let's go on now to Dai Ranger with Dai Mugen, which has 2 forms. It's animal form and then that form where it just stands up on its hind legs, I think, and becomes a charger for Ryuseo. So we're going that form. It's a big boy. It's pretty chunky. And, it's not even really, it's pretty chunky. Like it can't move its legs. It's the Zeo Ultra Zord before the Zeo Ultra Zord because it's just a Zord standing up, has guns, but it's not like a huge big flare that'll kill you. It's a support form, but obviously the bigger point of Daimugen is for the final combination. So with for this, I'd say it does serve a purpose, and it does have multifunction to recharge Zords like Ryuseo and Wan Tiger. Design, it's not so egregious. It just no, I'd honestly just say put it in C because by itself, Daimugen is Daimugen is he's meant to work with others as so much as being by himself. Because by himself, he only has one form of defense. Like shoot, Tetra Boy is a what was I gonna say? Like Tetra Boy is a point in the right direction because not only is he meant to work with others, he can also hold his own in combat. Like he's a bit more he's more purposeful. So next, the Jusho fighters from KamenRider. These are considered auxiliary mechs since just be well, the Jusho fighters are considered auxiliary mechs, and yes, they come before Kakurai Shogun, the second slash final mecha of KamenRider. But the Jusho fighters also work on autonomously, and the KamenRiders can fuse with them for further power, but that's just something they can do. Aside from that, they start off being able to be completely independent. And not only that, I honestly think the Jusho fighters should go up in A because one, they all look great. They're just like the Giant Beast Generals, but toned down to have something a bit different. And also, I pointed this out too in my KamenRider review. The five of them don't combine at all, as sometimes they beat the monster of the week through teamwork, which is really nice. We haven't seen anything like that since then, but it makes these all the more special, just like KamenRider. And shoot, there are also some, like, the Jusho Fighters too, they're also created because Muteki Shogun was so bulky that the suit actor literally couldn't move around in that suit. So they were designed to wear down the monster while Muteki Shogun kills the yokai. But there are some episodes where Muteki Shogun doesn't show up at all, and it's just the Jusho fighters coming through. So honestly, A for right now, and I'll think about S maybe later. But this is a good start. So next, going on to O-Ranger. After O-Ranger Robo, there was Red Puncher. After Red Puncher, there was King Pyramider. And after King Pyramider, there was O-Blocker. And after O-Blocker, there was Tackle Boy, he's an auxiliary mech. And he's an auxiliary mech and the final Zord just alone for O-Ranger. For what will be considered a final mech, we will go through that in a different video. But here's to say, Tackle Boy is just like Tetra Boy, where no one pilots him and he's completely unautonomous. Whereas a final mech involves everyone, like, piloting a mech. But back to Tackle Boy. The design's pretty simple, and he's a wheel. Honestly, for as many times as we see him be the final attack in O-Ranger, he's used like a bowling ball. I don't know why. For some reason, like probably because of Gal Ranger, you would want to see Tackle Boy be used like a soccer ball at least once. But that's just me. Tackle Boy, I say B tier. Like, yeah, Tackle Boy, he's meant to work with others, but I don't know. He still does more. But Tackle Boy can still do more than Mugen. And so next, the Vic trailer. On the bright side, Mugen won't be so lonely because Vic trailer might go to C tier. So the Vic trailer alone, of course, I don't know if anyone else knows this or not, but the Vic trailer is VRV Master's personal mech. It acts as a carrier for the VRV machines, and it even the two arms that it has, they're cannons for VRV Robo's finisher. But design wise, it looks great. It definitely does look nice. But yeah, VRV Robo, wait no, the Vic trailer. The Vic trailer by himself is it's a carrier mech. And the only reason why it's on this list too is because of the picture I'm showing. Apparently that's its like warrior or battle form where it's standing up almost looking like it could be a Megazord, but really it's there to open up and send the VRV machines out on their way. But still looks nice though. So yeah, Vic trailer goes in C tier. Gigabytes, same ordeal, but design wise, how do I feel about that? And once again, it's that form where it's kind of like a Megazord and it's armed with guns. Design wise, it ain't too bad. It's just, at least it has a head that you can see. Uh, I this might be another one for C. Like I don't want to put it in just I don't want to just put it in D because then I feel like Mugen has to go in D. Tell you what if I add on here another category and save that for ones I truly think should go here because I don't know. Mugen and Vic Trailer. I think I might like Vic Trailer a bit more because I like the design on that more, but I don't know. With this, it's just I don't know. With Vic Trailer, it's just the same ordeal. He's meant to work with others. But next, um, shoot, I think. Oh wait, Giga Rhinos. I think that's what his name is. I almost forgot its name. I know it's Lost Galaxy counterpart name, but yeah, I think Giga Rhinos. Like this and Giga Phoenix are the auxiliary mechs from Ginga Man. But Giga Rhinos, eh. At least it's a Rhino Megazord. But kind of not my favorite, if I'm being honest. It's just it's not no, but it's not my favorite. Giga Phoenix, on the other hand, I love that mech. It looks awesome. I might make a bit of a judgment call right now. I think I kind of want to put it in S. I like it more than Tetra Boy. I really like it more than the Jusho Fighters. It's just, it's an all around, it's just so colorful while being so blue. And I don't know why. To me, it just looks awesome. It's pretty savage. So next, and yay, it's our first S. It's just so cool. It looks so sweet. And you next, Liner Boy. And for those of you who probably haven't seen Go-Go 5, the Titanium Ranger Zord was a auxiliary Zord in Go-Go 5. Obviously, when the Titanium Ranger was made, they adapted they adapted some stuff around and gave him a Zord. So Liner Boy, A tier. Liner Boy, once again, autonomous. No one pilots him. And he's a big hand. He's not just there to combine with. He's not just there to be a. How do I put this? Liner Boy is not just there to combine with the other mechs. He's also helpful with. He's also. Liner Boy is just an overall helper. He'll act as a part-time carrier mech. He'll combine with Victory Robo to make Max Victory Robo. Shoot, he can even fight and beat monsters all by himself too, and he has done so. So Liner Boy is such a step up. He deserves to be an A tier. Once again, I'm thinking about if he should be an S or not, but A tier is a good spot for Liner Boy. So next, Providus from Time Ranger. He's a weird one. It's like his only purpose is launching the time jets back to the past, and he only has one fight under his belt. While we're at it too, he's also the arms on him are also weird. Like one arm's bigger than the other. Like obviously we know why that is, but dude, come on. Like, it kind of makes you think. They could have had him, like, punch the time jets to the past another way. Or, shoot, have both the arms be huge. Here it's just. It's a bit weird. Let's see here. Let's just put him in D. Providus is a weird one. And he only serves one purpose. And he's only ever used for like one fight. That's it. It's like I'm not even upset about. He's basically on the same scale as as Gigavitus and basically on the same scale as any carrier mech. So next, Gao God. I'm judging the look, not the character. The look is not bad. I might say I want it in B tier. I like the different colors, and this is honestly something I actually would want to see. Another Megazord where the Zords parry, like, I don't know if I say parody, but kind of like that. Like they parody the main mech. Because what's the main mech from Gao Ranger? Gao King. That's a lion, eagle, bison, shark, and white tiger. What's Gao God? A black bison. No, not black bison. A black lion, a condor, a saw shark, a buffalo, and a jaguar. Like, I want to see another Megazord like that. That's I want to say, antithesis of the main mech, because that's such an interesting idea. But yeah, Gao God, where do I want him to be? Personally, I want to say, okay, we're at an interesting point. I feel like if I put Gao God at B, Tackle Boy has to go down to C. And that might make more sense because Gao God is honestly a bit more impressive than Tackle Boy. So, C's good. So next, there are two entries here for Gao Ranger, Gao God and Gao Kentaurus. Both are on here because they're both unautonomous and no one pilots them. And Gao Kentaurus especially, since the Rangers summon their Zords and they combine to make this formation, but no one pilots it. Like, I feel like, okay, I gotta get into some backstory. When I was one time watching Shinta Reviews' final mech tier list, Gal Kentaurus was on that list. And I found it kind of odd because no one pilots Gal Kentaurus. It's completely sentient and works by itself. Yet for some odd reason it was included as a final mech. Even if even in his mech streams he gives the definitions of certain mechs, like for what's a main mech, a secondary, a super form, and even a final mech. So it was kind of weird how he counted Gal Kentaurus as a final mech when it's more of an auxiliary mech using that own logic. Like, even if Gal Falcon was the final power animal from Gal Ranger, this that's not that's still not enough of a qualification for a final mech. Like for Gal Icarus, like sure, but for this, it's a bit more. No, it just makes you ask a bit more questions. But Gal Kentaurus is here, and it can still, and to me, it qualifies as more of an auxiliary mech. Especially since it only had like one fight, too. But Gal Kentaurus is definitely going to be an A tier. Because here's one thing that's pretty interesting. Gal Kentaurus is one of those mechs where there's an animal on the bottom while on top is like a whole robot body, like except no lower half. It's one of those Megazords, but I feel like this does it the best. Probably because it's just you see all torso and no, well, close to legs on top of a lion, unlike Gao Gokaio and Gohan Gokaio, where it's Gokaio on top of Gao Lion and Mahaken, but you see its thighs, like you see the big robot meaty thighs that for some reason they just throw it off. But yeah, Gal Kentaurus, let's put that in A tier. Not a bad formation. So next, Max Oja. This one is from Abba Ranger, and it's Abare Max's personal mech. Not a bad design. I like it. The fact that Red switches from a Tyrannosaurus to a Strachosaurus, not a bad suggestion. And this is like the closest we're really going to get to like a Red Triceratops Zord. But everything with this is pretty nice. Once again, I'd say A tier. And so next, skipping ahead a bit, Deca Ranger, Magi Ranger, and Bokenger didn't have any auxiliary mechs, but Geki Ranger does. Now, for on this list, Geki Tojo Wolf, I'm including as an auxiliary mech, since he is piloted by an auxiliary ranger. And what Geki Tojo Wolf basically is, it's not just an armament form, but Geki Violet does use his own Shigeki to produce copies of Red and Blue's mech, Red and Blue's power animals, so that he can basically have his own Megazord. And personally, I might want to put Geki Toja Wolf in. Wait, did I say Geki Wolf I mean Geki Toja Wolf. I've been at this for so long that I could be forgetting the names all over the place. But the Wolf Pride Megazord, I'm going to want to put an S. I'm already a big fan of Geki Toja. And with Geki Wolf as a leg, it kind of looks a bit better. Like, the colors flow better together. And it's probably because red, violet, and blue actually do go together. In my opinion, a bit better than red, blue, and yellow. And hey, the Wolf Ranger was also my favorite Ranger when I was a kid, and still is to this day. But it still looks awesome. Look at it's awesome. A tiger, a wolf, and a jaguar. That just no Muay Thai. That's dope. So next, Saidaio, Geki Chopper's personal mech. Tough call where to put it. Is it one of my personal favorite mechs? I think it looks good. I don't dislike it. It actually does look pretty nice. Like that sword and shield. Hard to say where. Tough call. I do like it. It does look nice. It's pretty royal. I like its finishers. And shoot, to quote TokuCast when they reviewed Geki Ranger, you don't want to get. Oh shoot, let me think. How did they say it? No, how did TokuCast put it for when they talked about this mech? You don't want to get cut by this. You don't want to get kicked by this. You don't want to get shoulder bashed by this. You don't want to take a shield to the face by this mech. And I don't think you want to get headbutted by it either. Because it's sharp. And so, where do I want to put Side-IO in all its sharpness? Maybe I'll put it in A because I don't know, I kind of like the vibes and the colors on this mech a bit more. Or B. God, honestly, this is a tough call. Like with Side-IO, it's just I like it, but it's not my absolute favorite. I don't know, maybe I can just put it in B for now, and I might change my mind later. It's just that looking at it and thinking, it does look pretty cool, and I do really like it. Maybe I should put it in A, because it's a rhino. I don't know. It's a rhino that becomes its own Megazord, which is pretty cool. It comes with a shield. Its head becomes literally a sword and arm, and it just wrecks shit. Alright, sure, I'll have it in A. So next, Go Onger with Go Rotor GT. Honestly, it looks like a Happy Meal toy. Like, it genuinely looks like a Happy Meal toy. And shoot, this is what I mean. Like, what they didn't do with Tackle Boy. In O-Ranger, Tackle Boy was treated like a bowling ball. But in Go Onger, the Go Rotor GT is treated like a soccer ball. No, it is. It's treated like a soccer ball. To which I think is a much more deadly finisher. Just taking a soccer ball to the face. But design-wise by itself, just looking at it alone for a minute, I had to look and think like, well, yeah, that's definitely B. Just totally B. I like the colors, and I think it's B. Just ranking it as B. So next, Kyoretsu O. This, I like the colors for this mech. However, it's pretty fat. like I love the Triceratops and the T-Rex down at the legs, but the mammoth up top, man, it's just, it reminds me now of a kid who dresses up like a robot for Halloween, except a bit chunkier because you have the face of a mammoth just out to like here. It's so ooh, it's a big boy. Like, ooh, just yeah, it's a big boy. I don't even. I kind of want to. It's definitely not worth putting in C, but I have to just put it in B. Like, because I like the design, I like the colors. I just don't like how wide it is. It's out there, man. That back and the front. Whoa. Oh my. Ooh, that's. I wonder how the suit actor was feeling just wearing that. It's like, ooh. So next, Daigoyle. It's a lantern Megazord, and I like it. I don't know what to tell you. Is it silly? Yes. Was its introduction episode silly? Yes, but I don't know what to tell you. It's a lantern that transforms into a giant robot. For some odd reason, I like that a lot. It's like the hamburger morpher from the Ninja. It's so ridiculous that you can't help but like it. But with this case, it's not a hamburger cell phone. It's a lantern robot, and he's a buddy. That's the point of him. He's a support bot. He's a pal. He's Shinken Gold's, well, right hand man, basically. I don't know. I like it. Oh my god. I do kind of like it. I also, but hey, as a support mech, he's not only like another Megazord, he can also carry their special disc inside of him. And hell, apparently too, he could also combine with the other Zords as well. Because I do remember that one combination where it got Shinkeno's arms and legs. That wasn't so bad. This looks. I feel so. I want to put it in A because it's just so silly that I like it a lot. Don't at me for it. It's just. It just looks nice. And so next, Mogyu Dio. I'm sorry. I'm fighting my temptations to not want to put Daigoyo in S tier. I kind of not even as a joke. Like for serious, it does look nice. I do like it a lot. It's just, nope. Let me fight the temptation. I'm fighting the temptation. So next, Mogyu Dio. Not bad. Honestly, this can. Honestly, for looking at what mechs would be in A or S tier, I'm good right now with what's in S tier. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's on my mind. I'm thinking, what if I put the Jusho fighters in S tier and Mogyu Dio in A tier? Meh. Mogyu Dio, meh. I'd say throw it in A tier. Not a bad combination. I do really like. Well, do I want to put it in A tier or an S tier? Nah, me. Well, its finisher is awesome. Just that the bull disc on its head, just to shoot a freaking laser at you. No, I say keep it in A. So next, skipping Go Sager and Go Kaiger now to Go Busters with Tatagami Lai-O. Not my personal favorite. Oh, just Tatagami. I don't know. It's Tatagami Lai-O. It's meh. Not really my favorite. It's just eh. I don't know. Do I want to say no or I don't know. Let me do something instead. Let me change this category from no to meh because I don't know. None of these mechs, in my opinion, so far are particularly no. They're just meh. Like here, here, and eh. Actually, shoot. Let me change that. There. Eh. Eh. That's kind of how I'm feeling right now. So next, ba 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 ba. Hyper Russia Teo. This is from Talkuger. This is that mech they get for whoever's in hyper mode. In all honesty, I like the color scheme, but it's fat. It's fat all around. I'd say B tier. Like, I like the color scheme. It's just, it's so wide. It's so fat. Just all around. More so, it's just huge. It's so huge. So next, Ninja with Lion Hao. This needs to go in D tier, if I'm being honest. Like, my one, like, I'm not going to bash on this as hard as hell, as if it was like anything else from Ninja, but here's my thing. As a Megazord, I don't know, it still feels robotic. Like, it just stands up, like, it just stands up now and gets ahead. That's it. Like, shoot, have you seen the arms? Like, the arms still have the treads on there, and they don't feel like arms. And shoot, let's talk about the freaking cockpit area, shall we? Red's just sitting out there, just out in plain sight for anyone, or specifically a giant monster, to just punch right where he is to kill him right there and then. But yeah, that's just okay. But yeah, aesthetically speaking, it's definitely a D tier for me. It's just color scheme and design, everything's not bad. It's just, it just feels, it just acts so plainly. Like, yeah, it's meant for the bigger combination, but by itself, how it is, design wise, it looks great, but it just acts so bland. So next, Dodekaio. I got rid of my no category, and I shouldn't have, but this mech is a no. Like, this is, it's a no. It's just, for all the issues with the mechs from Zoo Oger, Dodekaio is, Dodekaio's that line. It's the line. Like, Zuo King alone was the start of the line. Dodekaio is the end of it with how much more Minecraft can you be? Because what's happening here? It's wearing freaking snorkeling goggles. Good lord, it's just, and what's also happening there? Water coming out of the blowhole for the head because yeah, it's a whale? No. It's just no. As an hell, Cube Whale, it looks better in its animal form. In its mech form, it's no. And why? Not to mention, it's who thought this was a good idea. With Lion Hollow, it was just something a bit basic. This is just trying to be a cash grab, and it knows it. This is just saying kids will spend money on this, so who cares? And so next, Orion Battler. Know what? Looking at Orion Battler right now, I want to take a quick peek at what's in A tier and what's in S tier to see if there's anything I'd want to move up or down. I'm a little biased towards the Jusho fighters, and I'm not going to be too biased. But Orion Battler, I don't know if anyone else likes this design because I'll admit I do. It doesn't look too bad to me. I just think it's fine. It's a giant robot based off of the constellation with the club. I don't know. It doesn't look bad to me. I'd say A. Darn you, holding case. So next, Lupin Magnum. Now, just to say one more thing about Orion Battler, I remember freaking loving this mech so long ago. Now I just look at it and I think, it looks good, it's fine. I like it alright. So next, lost my train of thought for a moment. Lupin Magnum. Not bad. Honestly, it's the only good mech from Lupad. Design-wise, how would I want it? And forgive me if I'm just going to take a quick peek at it. Like looking up a picture of it in like full view. Yeah. Yeah, not bad. I like that it starts off as a gun that could become a giant robot, and blue and yellow can apparently combine with it. So, I like it fine. Honestly, for what I think about it, by itself, looks good. I like it alright. I'd say maybe put it in B tier. So next, Yokuru O. From Ryu Soldier, I only like the first mech. After that, everything else is okay. And that's kind of what Yokuruo is. Like, it's okay. Do I like it more than Kishidu Neptune? A bit more, but like... Okay, tell you what, I don't want to jump the gun on this. Like, yeah, it's okay. Like I said, yeah, after the first mech, all the others are just alright in my opinion. I love the functionality. I love the functionality of the mechs from Ryu Soldier. It's just, I don't know, design-wise, by themselves, they look good. As Megazords, they're acceptable. But around that point too, when I realized when I was watching Ryu Soldier, there wasn't a mech in a long time that I really adored and liked. And then eventually we got to Boon Boonger, and thank Lord and Christ. Just wait till we get to it. But with Yokudu-O, it doesn't look bad. I think it's fine. I like it alright. I like the colors. So yeah, I'd say B. Next, Grateful Phoenix. It is I'm remembering Grateful Phoenix in my full memory now, and I just remember it was a brick. Like, it's a brick, man. The legs, the freaking wings on its back, it was huge. It's huge, man. Design wise, it's not bad, but wow. Honestly, with Grateful Phoenix, that's ooh. I'm not even saying it's fat. It's just it's a big boy. But shoot, what do I think about Grateful Phoenix? And this thing just likes falling. I should probably get a new case. See, it's just it's so bright when it's bright. It's just see with how bright it can be with like looking in the middle. So next, Zenkai Juo. So this is the one where it's Kaito and Zox together. It's a big parody and fusion between Dragon Caesar and V-Rex. So like, I don't hate it. Out of all the mechs from Zenkaiger, this is the honestly out of all the mechs from Zenkaiger, this is the one that's not terrible. So I honestly say C. I was gonna say B, but like, well, C. It's like because it's still a fusion between Dragon Caesar and V-Rex. So next, Don Zenkaio. Eh, not my favorite. Oh, and Don Zenkaio, this was the first mech in Don Brothers before Don Oni Taijin, and it made its first debut in Zenkaiger when Don Momotaro made a cameo that resulted with him combining his motorcycle with Judan. So technically, this is an auxiliary mech since this came in during the run of Zenkaiger after Zenroku Zenkaio's introduction and all. And even in terms of Dawn Brothers, it's an auxiliary mech since only Red pilots it. So yeah, with Dawn Zenkaio, not my favorite. I don't even want to put it in N or no. I'd say D at best. There are some interesting aspects to it, but it's like, I don't dig it. Not so much. So next, King Caucus Kabuto. The big load of CGI. Because, good gracious, thinking about that mech, it's just so... Ooh. It's a big load of CGI. Like, ooh. I don't know how to I don't know where do I want to put it? It's just the thought of it alone is just design wise It's a brick. Well, it's made of bricks because it's a castle that transforms into a bug themed robot. But, ooh, it's just so, ooh. D. I'd just put it in D. No disrespect, because I love King Oger. King Oger is awesome. But that mech, it's just, whoa boy. It's, ooh, ooh. Matter of fact, just for fun, let's make that a category, shall we? Um, ah, what was I thinking? Oh, that was accident. Let's fix that up. Nope, nope, nope. God damn it. There we go. Nope. Okay. There. Now, for a new category, let's call this Whoa Boy, because there's no other way to describe some mechs here except for Whoa Boy. So, yeah. And where's Grateful There it is. There he is. Right there. He deserves it. Let's do a bit of a scale through because I like the colors, but that also I like Kyoretsuo's colors, but even that mech deserves to be in like whoa boy. But shoot, what else? Anything else wants to go there? Eh. Well, what about Mugen? He kind of started the whole whoa, whoa boy thing. But I don't know. Mugen is still a bit more multifunctional to a certain point. Like doing one thing, then being meant for another. So what else? I'm just checking to see what else should go in Whoa Boy. Nothing. So next, the what's the name of this mech? I'm going to see, just so Google can correct me. Oh, and I got the name right. The Bakuage Henken Boom Boom Leon, the lion, the firefighting lion. I hate the fact that I did not get caught up on Boon Boonger because this doesn't look so bad. By itself, it's pretty nice. Though I will say one thing. Oh, wait, no. There, that's its name. Never mind, it is a lion. I'd say B. As a mech, it's not bad. It's not bad. I like it alright. Yeah, a firefighting lion. That's nice. Honestly, if I hadn't noticed the meme on it, I would have said maybe it can be like a dog. But we did the list. So, do I want to move anything anywhere? Is there anything I want to put in A or S? I'm thinking about Liner Boy now if I want to put that in S. Liner Boy. Liner Boy's staying in A. I'm really thinking about if I want to put Daigoyo in S. Max Oja can also stay in A. let me think. Sorry, I'm just looking at full ed pictures right now. Orion Battler? Hmm. Orion Battler? Maybe I want that in S. Something about it, it looks pretty awesome to me. It likes, it just looks so in charge and awesome. You know what? Maybe I can throw it in S. Just looking at it right now, something about it seems kind of epic. So yeah, I'd say have that in S. Is there anything else I'd want to put in? Do I really want to put Daigoyo in S tier? I can't help just looking at it, thinking like, do I really want to put it in S tier? I'm sorry, right now I'm just on my phone looking at images, like full view images, just to get an idea. Nah, if I did that, it would be for me. But everything else. Nah, maybe that's all for the list. It's like, they're only, shoot, look at that. The big three: Giga Phoenix, Geki Tojo Wolf, and the Orion Battler. Huh. So, do I want to change up anything else? What about Zenkai Juo again? Yeah, it's only count. Eh. Nah, it's fine where it is. And C. Well, do I want to move it up? Maybe maybe I will move it up. Hmm. Kyoretsuo. Oh god, now I'm getting back to Kyoretsuo. It's like, once again, I really like the colors, but it's just wide up top. Now, if I made that exception for Hyper Shiteo, I feel like, yeah, it should also be the same for Kyoretsu O. Hmm. Now I think about it, should Go Rotor GT go down a row? But design wise, it's not bad. I like it all right. I might find it a bit more appealing than Tackle Boy because of how simple Tackle Boy is, which that alone's not a bad thing. Huh? So, huh? Honestly, that might be it. I'm looking over the list now to see if I want to move anything else elsewhere, but that honestly might be it. Unless I want to move up the Jusho fighters, but I personally think A is a good spot for them. A or S. Like I really like how the Jusho fighters are in terms of functionality. The fact that they their teamwork, and that there's something that the Kaku Rangers could pilot whenever they want to, because if not, they're just working on they just function on their own. Honestly, maybe I want that in S tier. It's like we haven't had anything like the Jusho Rider. I mean the Jusho fighters since Kaku Ranger, independent men, independent mechs that could just defeat the giant monster through teamwork. Like, not by combining and making a giant monster, but literally by teamwork. So, yeah, maybe you have that in S tier. Honestly, if that's the case, then I can't think of much. Alright, sure. And that's the list. With that, well, oh crap, now I'm going back to like Liner Boy. Liner Boy. Do we think that should go up one? Okay, tell you what. Let's switch out the Jusho fighters and put Liner Boy up there instead. Since he does, as an individual mech himself, he does a lot more than the Jusho fighters all around for his team. Combined, like, he can defeat monsters all on his own. He is meant for a super combination. And also, once he attaches to, like, the Go Liner trains, he can then transport them up to space and act as part of a carrier for when they need to make Victory Mars. So yeah, Liner Boy definitely does a lot more. Alright then, shoot. That's that. That's the list. Alright. This was an interesting list getting through. But thank you guys for watching. Please not forget to like, subscribe, share this video, tell your friends about KamenRider Blackman. I had no idea what I was going to put and where until I was getting to it, and I've been saving this one for a while. But that's the list, and tell me what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time. Happy Sunday.